32 on the map channel. Hey, how you doing? I just did a video on a Swedish football club, ÖFK Östersund, from Norrland, and in the video I promised to do a map video looking at it a bit closer. But my neighbours are outside screaming for some reason. So, this is Scandinavia. I managed to turn it off, and I was talking to myself for about 5 minutes. What I was saying was, let's take a look at the map of Sweden, Sverige, and we can see the areas here, which I'm familiar with, but I haven't learned. So I think it's broken into 3 areas. I'm trying to zoom in, but it's been weird. Okay. So in the south you've got Jutland. And this area encompasses Göteborg, Gothenburg, Helsingborg, Lund, and Malmö, as well as some places on the east coast, Kalmar being quite an important area. It looks like Jönköping is just about in Jutland. Maybe these areas are too, so Örebro, Karlstad, Norrköping, Linköping, and Gotland. Then you've got the middle, what we call the middle of the country. Sorry, I just smacked you then. The middle of the country, Svealand. This is where Stockholm is, and Uppsala, Gävle, Västerås. I don't know where the divisions are exactly on this map. And then up north you've got Norrland, Umeå, Östersund, and all the other Kiruna, Luleå. It's much more sparsely populated up north, from what I understand. And we can see the natural boundary between Sweden and Norway is this mountain range. I watched a documentary in Swedish actually about this area and the glacier that was here in the middle, and so the Swedish people came up, and then the Norwegian people came that way, and they all kind of intermingled, but it was only on the coast, because the entirety of the inside of the country was also explained how the group of people that came through modern-day Russia into Norway had already spent quite a lot of time over in the north, and so they had white skin, but Swedish people actually, when they arrived in Sweden via this direction, still had black skin but blue eyes, which I found really, really interesting. I think it's a similar thing with Wales, actually. So, we've had a look at different areas of Sweden before. I had a little video recently on Åland being part of Finland. And then you've got Norway. I was kind of shocked when I realized that Oslo is here. Sorry, the light's kind of obstructing it. I kind of assumed it was over on this coast, the west coast. But Oslo is here, and it's kind of in a fjord, I suppose. Oh yeah, it's actually called Oslo Fjord. And it's really close to the border, relatively, with Sweden. Trondheim is here. Molde is here. Ålesund, Florö, Böde is at the top here. Tromsø is really north. There we are, Tromsø. What does that say? Hammerfest. And it goes, Norway goes right the way over the top. So, Finland and Sweden don't have a northern coastline. Norway has it all, and therefore Norway, despite being over here, does border with Russia, and it's not far from Murmansk. So yeah, not many people really would think that Norway shares a border with Russia, but it is one of the countries in the world that does. Of course, very famously, Lapland is at the top here. So Lapland encompasses 4 countries: Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Russia. Lapland being famous, of course, for being the dwelling place, according to law, of Santa Claus. And then we've got Finland. Oulu is here. Then we've got Tampere, Pori, Espoo, Turku, Lahti, and Helsinki in the south. You can see how much water plays a part in Finland. It's a similar situation in Sweden as well. There's a lot of inland water in these countries. Jyväskylä, Kuopio. Kouvola. And around Tampere. I was going to say Vyborg, but that's actually in Russia. sounds very, Vyborg sounds very Swedish, as does Kronstad. And Karelia, let me zoom out again. This area here of Russia, Karelia, is a sort of Finnish region. They speak Finnish. And they've got Lake Omega, I think, and Lake Ladoga. There's massive inland lakes here. If we go back to Sweden briefly, we'll see Vänern, which is next to Trollhättan and not far from Karlstad and Örebro. Can't make out that word. Mälaren. And that goes into Stockholm. So I suppose there's not really a lake, there's more it's more a river, I think. And then curiously this one's called Vättern, which looks just like the Swedish word for water, vatten. And we can't leave out Denmark, of course. I apologize if you're Danish. I've been told previously that my pronunciation of place names is horrific. So Jutland is here. That's the tip of the mainland part of Denmark, with Aalborg, Aarhus, Randers, Odense is on one of the islands here. Sorry, I missed off Esbjerg, Holstebro. So Odense is on this first large island, but Zeeland is here, and of course the capital Copenhagen is here, literally just across the water, connected by bridge to Malmö. Historically, this area was part of Denmark at one time. I read a report that said that the Swedish spoken here, Skåne, is technically considered by linguists as a dialect of Danish rather than a dialect of Swedish. If you're Swedish, let me know what you think about that. They have lots of words in Skåne that are very different from the standard Swedish words and actually more similar to Danish words. And I think the pronunciation of the letter R is closer to Danish. It's like the R sound rather than the R sound. So it sounds more similar to Danish as well. If you're from this area, do write in the comment section and tell me some words from the Skåne region that are different to standard Swedish. And then, helpfully, we've got Iceland is too far away over that way to be this close to Norway, but Iceland used to be a part of the Danish kingdom, I think, for some time. Reykjavik is over here. I read a report again recently, or an article, that said that Reykjavik is again one of the best places in the world to live, but it is also becoming therefore one of the most expensive places to live. Fjordur, Hunnaflói. I really want to learn Icelandic at some point. Vatnajökull, Akranes, Keflavik. Can't see that word. It's obscured a little. Helmey, maybe. Fajukul, Seidis Fjordur, Akureyri, Spúðar, Krokkur och Krakkor. Can't see if it's an O or an A. Husavik. I know Husavik. It's in the Eurovision film. Siglufjörður. 2,000 meters, 1,765 meters. And they got some volcanoes there going off at the moment, haven't they? Is it one of those two? 1,667. I feel a little bad leaving the Faroe Islands out. Let's see if I can find them. Hang on. Sorry guys, I can't, it's not even in the index. There is no close-up map of the Faroe Islands in this atlas. How naughty. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Learning a little bit more about Scandinavia. Thanks to Victor, who supports me on the main channel, Welsh ASMR 82. And a big thank you to all of my patrons and channel supporters as well. If you'd like me to do a map of somewhere in the world, I've already had many requests for Canada, so that's coming up very soon. You'll be glad to know. So if there's somewhere else you'd like me to look at, then go ahead and let me know. I'll use either the Atlas or Google Maps. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying the new map channel. Thanks for all your support recently. I've really appreciated it. fast asleep. But if you're not, and you enjoyed the video, then you know what to do. Okay. Good night, everyone. Good night. Hej då. Speak soon.